open up a new chapter in the 12th Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup presented by Chooks to Go. It is now the knockout quarterfinals kung saan po maghaharap ang DLSU Green Archers headed by Aljun Melesio. They go up against Arvin Tolentino and the rest of the FEU Tamaraws. Two teams na pareho na nakapagwagi at nakapag-uwi ng kampyonato sa UAAP, but they are out to get something bigger here in the Preseason Cup. Ito po ang mga larong handog namin sa inyo, FEU versus DLSU. And the first game, tapos mamaya maghaharap din ang Letran at ang Ateneo. Magandang araw po sa inyo lahat. John Sulit kasama ko, Juan Banal. And Juan, it's always so interesting, no? Pagkatapos nung mahaba-haba rin nating elimination round, biglang dito sa quarterfinals, knockout na. So you throw away everything that happened before.
And everything starts getting serious at this point. And lahat ng teams, again, it's just a single round knockout. If you lose, you go home, and winner moves on to the second round. And we've got an interesting matchup with two powerhouse teams, the DLSU Green Archers, who is coming up with this new rebuilt team, and then you've got an FEU Tamaraws that's actually peak and ripe to win a championship.
While this is the first game that we bring to you here on ESPN5, may mga nakapaglaro na po kanina sa ating quarterfinals. And let's just paint a picture kung nasa na nga ba tayo in this round of the playoffs.
And again, the first, syempre ang nagtop sa ating A division or A bracket is Ateneo de Manila University. They'll be going up against the San Juan de Letran. And then the game for today, it's DLSU Green Archers versus the FEU Tamaraws. Again, both coming from the different brackets, but we have already people or teams going and moving on to the next rounds. That's the CSB and San Pedro who just actually won.
Parehong dikit yung laban na yun. The UP just lost sa CSB by 2 points. Tapos kanina we saw a very close game
matchup,
between San Pedro and Adams. So we expect the same dito sa ating laro ngayon. Let's take a look at what happened muna sa DLSU Green Archers in the elimination round. They only lost twice. Yung dalawang talo nila was the elimination round. Last game nila was against Ateneo, the clash of the arch rivals. They lost there, pati sa San Pedro, yun yung dalawang tumalo.
And these are powerhouse teams also that they played against. And for a team that is rebuilding, they did a pretty good job. And if you take a look at the statistics, points per game, 82.6, very well, a heavy scoring lineup that they have. But again, surprisingly, with the big lineup that they have, their free throws are quite high, 73%. But the rest of the statistics will explain that they are indeed a big team surrounded by big players, and they've made that shift to that new lineup.
Well, dominating nga itong DLSU in the elimination round, pero you can't say na magiging madali ang buhay nila kasi ang ganda rin ang pinakita ng FEU sa kanila namang elimination round. Dalawang beses na rin lang natalo itong Tamaraws 1. They lost to the Menil Blazers, who had that magnificent 5-game winning streak in the elimination round, and they also lost dun sa LPU. And the thing about that loss to LPU, dun kasi yung pagbabalik ng full force ng lineup ng Pirates.
Yeah, and again, taking a look at what the Tamaraws can actually do, the glaring statistics for us would be their field goal percentage, which is close to 50%. But then again, you take a look at their 3-point field goal percentage, which is 40%, and then their assist per game is 16.8. It says a lot about this team. This team is a heavy-laden team with talent. Anybody can just come up and step up for their team, and that's a lot of luxury for Coach Olsen Racela.
At gustong-gusto ko yung statistic na nakalagay dun sa ilalim ng ating graphic. No players in FEU averaged more than 8.8 points. And that just goes to show you that you can have success with a team na hindi kailangan talaga ng one superstar na magbubuhat sa kanila.
And even if that's the case, you can take a look at their lineup. You've got a very well-lit lineup. Big names there. You've got Ibonia, you've got Tolentino, you've got Tuffin, you've got Comboy. All these big names for FEU, but it's not reflected on the way they play. Very much seen in their assist category, 16.8. They move the ball a lot, and anybody can again step up at any point of the game.
Ito na, maghaharap na ang FEU at ang LaSalle. Only one team can come out alive and still in the hunt of a championship in the 12th Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup presented by Chooks to Go. Before everything else, let's meet the starters for both squads.
And now, let's make way for the starting lineups. First, the DLSU Green Archers. Starting at forward number 3, Miggy Corteza. Point guard number 11, Aljun Melesio. And the other guard number 16, Jolo Go. Power forward number 19, Justin Baltazar. And at center number 38, Brandon Bates. De La Salle Green Archers is led by Louis Gonzalez. Here comes the starting five of the FEU Tamaras. One guard number 3, Jasper Parker. Coming in at center number 8, Barkley Iponya. Starting at guard number 10, Wendell Comboy. Starting at forward number 20, Ken Tuffin. At power forward number 25, Arvin Tolentino. FEU Tamaras head coach is Alcid Sela. This game will be officiated by Francisco Olivar Jr., Alan Manzano.
On your screens are the starters for both teams. Parker, Comboy, Iponya, Tuffin, and Tolentino. Para dito sa FEU. And for DLSU, it's Melesio Cortez, Bates, Baltazar, and Go. Interesting na hindi magsisimula para sa panic ng Lasal. Ito si T. Samuel. But they're going with Brandon Bates. Tuffin, ginugulo ngayon ni Cortez. It's Iponya, far away from the basket. The handoff now stolen by Lasal. Chologo attacking, pero naharangan siya ng depensa doon.
That was a good transition defense for FEU. Just sprinting down, they know that Lasal is dangerous on the open court.
Here's Baltazar. 10 seconds on the shot clock for De La Salle. There's a whistle away from the play. It's going to be an offensive foul. Corteza mapipituan doon, so it's going to go back to FEU.
Corteza trying to jump for a good position under. I guess overplayed that a bit.
What kind of pace ang gustong laruin dito for FEU and for Lasal?
Now, FEU, I think, with a good ball movement that they have, they're going to be spreading the floor, trying to draw out the defense of Lasal, especially with their slower big guys compared to Arvin Tolentino and Iponya. But then Lasal now, I believe, will start pounding inside because they're against a much shorter FEU now.
Well, you see that attack, look at Tuffin. He wanted to dunk that home. Take a look at it. Ang ganda nung backcut niya. And he really wanted to throw that down, wanting to make a statement very early in this game.
And he's trying to say, I'm going to be attacking the big guys of LaSalle no matter, with complete reckless abandonment. And if we take a look at that replay, he was skyrocketing in that dunk. Unfortunately, na block lang, pero ang taas ng forward against the big guys of LaSalle.
Ken Tuffin also getting a lot of confidence after playing with the Gilas Cadets in the same tournament. And it's really nice to see, more than these players making the sacrifices of playing back-to-back games minsan para makapansin sa ating bayan. It's also nice to see the growth that they're experiencing playing for the national team.
Madalas pa nga dyan, right after they magbibihis na next game na kagad sila. Nakita naman natin yan. Na kahit pagod na pagod sila, basta para sa bayan, nandiyan sila.
You know what good it is to be that young and that good in basketball.
Parang laro lang ng laro no? Okay lang, hindi na mapagod.
Etong Lasal, yung bench na hindi pa nakakapo dahil wala pa silang puntos. Comboy from outside, decides to dribble in. Sinalubong ni Go, but Comboy still makes it off the glass.
Wendell Comboy just stepping up for this FEU team, taking on that leadership role. Ang good thing about Comboy is that more of the go-to guy yung nakikita natin sa kanya, which is very, very much needed for FEU with a lot of stars in their line.
Well, where will the first points of Lasal come from? Go will try to provide. Walong pa naman si Panyantira, Iponya with the rebound.
We can see FEU attacking Arvin Tolentino, the block lang kanina, pero the big guys and everybody actually trying to attack the basket against this defense of Lasal.
Marker, however, with a careless pass there, taken away by Baltazar. And he is fouled by Tolentino. Si Arvin trying to prevent the transition attack para sa mga nakaputing Lasal.
Another favorite for LaSalle is Justin Baltazar, the center. He plays 30 minutes per game almost for their team and has a very, very close to a double-double average here for this tournament.
Here's Bates trying to move against Tolentino with this yung kanyang tira. And FEU gets it again. Wala na kukuha madaling mga tira at Lasal at this point. Parker goes back to Arvin, shoots from outside. Front rims that three-pointer.
Arvin Tolentino is a 38% three-point shooter, and he can make those outside shots.
And Parker picks the pocket of Melesio and enjoys a pristine pass to the hoop. 6-0, lamang po ang FEU. With 7 minutes remaining in the first quarter, LaSalle struggling on offense at this point. You have to give credit to the defense of FEU. Baltazar itulong si Ebonia. The strength of Justin, and he put matters into his own hands.
And that was a single-handed effort by Justin Baltazar. Kanina nung ginagalaw nila, they've been taking bad shots just because of the defense of FEU forcing them to take those shots. But right there, dinaan sa lakas at sa laki nito ni Justin Baltazar.
With LaSalle, after making their first bucket of the game, they forced a turnover on the other side. Naman palitan para kay Coach Louie Gonzalez. Brings in Karakot and Samuel.
Yun yung kanina hinahanap mo dyan, no, si T. Samuel. And I think what Coach Louie Gonzalez is trying to do is just to build that confidence of Bates. Isipin mo kung magsabay-sabay yung kumpiyansa niya ni Bates, Baltazar, tapos you've got T. Samuel also helping out there. Hindi nakakatakot talaga itong three-big lineup ng LaSalle.
You just saw on your screens yung steal and the breakaway layup earlier of Parker. But it's now LaSalle. Karakot na kalusot. Hindi lang makukuha yung kanyang tira. He was wide open for that.
Karakot has to step up, especially in this ball game. If they're missing one of their key players, Skip Montalvo, due to injury.
Montalvo has yet to play here. And he has been missing games due to a bone spur operation that he had. And that three-point shot is brought to you by Chooks to Go, ang nag-iisang manok ng bayan. Our first three-pointer sa ating laro. 6-5 in favor of FEU.
If you take a look at the team that Coach Louie Gonzalez built, he built big guys. I mean, before we had their statistics all zeroed in on Benibala. But then the coming of Justin Baltazar, T. Samuel, and Bates, biglang na-spread yung statistics ni Benibala. But they still sustain that kind of team play that they have. And then you've got still shooters like Kim Montalvo, Andre Carabon, and Aljo Valencio.
Isa sa mga nagbibida para sa FEU Tamaraws ay itong si Wendell Comboy, who is averaging 8.8. And like you mentioned earlier, walang nag-average more than that. So obviously, he's the top scorer for FEU dito sa tournament.
And it's ironic for us to say he's the top scorer for FEU, but pag binasa natin yung stats niya, 8.8 points per game lang siya. And pag tinignan rin natin yung statistics ng iba, 8.1, 8.2, isa na yung pinakamataas 8.8 na yan.
Comboy, dito sa ating laro, he has 2 points at this point. At inupupo na siya as Coach Olsen Racela brings in Hubert Cani. At this point of the game one, what we're noticing is it's a battle of defense dito sa ating laro so far.
And I think both teams are aware kung gaano kalakas yung kalaban nila and where the points are gonna come from. And so I think probably in practice, that's what they focused on, really focusing on specializing in defense. These guys are going to face each other in the regular season that they have in their tournaments.
Great two-man basketball between Orizu and Parker, resulting to 2 points for FEU.
Again, Prince Orizu, 6.5 points per game and 7.8 rebounds per game.
That's a lot of patience na pinakita ng FEU. And they really did not take a shot. Hanggang malinaw na it was a good one.
That was a good effort also. Prince cutting to the basket, creating that space for him for that easy 2 points.
Kanilabas kay Parker, the extra pass. Back to Jasper. Oh, sumadmal siya ni Baltazar.
That's going to keep happening. That's probably the third block already of De La Salle in this ballgame. But FEU is not daunted. They keep attacking that basket.
Ito yung magandang play kanina, no? Parker to Orizu. This smart assist of the half has been brought to you by Smart. Get free YouTube every day from Smart, Sun, and TN.
If you're FEU, that's what you want to do. You have to keep attacking, especially with your own big guys. That's going to tire out the big guys of the Salle.
And that was too open for Hubert Cani.
And Orizu just a big guy. Halos magkalaki nito ni T. Samuel. But because of his box out and seal, kung nag-drive through sa gitna, si Cani, wide open yung later.
Another careless pass para sa LaSalle. It's Slim throwing that basketball away. New opportunity for FEU. They go to the corner, now to the post. Orizu against Samuel. A matchup we will enjoy, I'm sure, for the entirety of this ball game.
And I think you mentioned that when we were talking a while ago, Judd, you mentioned how T. Samuel played against Ateneo. And one of their weaknesses was actually Ateneo pounding inside and gave T. Samuel a hard time. And I think FEU knows about that. And they're starting to attack him, tiring him out para sa offense, manigate yung kaya niya.
was matched up in that game against Kwame. Na talaga pinahirapan si Samuel and see what kind of game he comes up with against Urizu. Manuel also has checked in. 7 seconds na lang sa shot clock ng Lasal. Lim trying to thread the needle. He has to put it up. Manuel was fouled and he was bailed out by that collision, but you have to love this move. Kahit now there was just a second left on the shot clock, realized he had that pump fake and drew the foul.
That was good patience on Manuel's end. He saw that the momentum of the FEU player was attacking him and just one pump fake. He knows that the shot clock was dying, but alam niyang kayang pahagatin niya itong depensa ng FEU.
The question is if they're gonna give free throws. Looks like no, dahil natamaan muna siya before he made that motion for the shot. Nonetheless, 14 seconds back on the clock for LaSalle.
But we have to take note, Judge, that bailout foul was very important for LaSalle, but it shows also the kind of defense that FEU had. They were forcing LaSalle to take shots that they don't normally take, and that interior defense is working wonders for FEU.
Manuel Benson, that three-point shot is brought to you by Chungsugo. Nag-iisang manok ng bayan. Kani tried to buy some space. Escoto attacking towards the middle. Sinalubong ng depensa, but there was a foul. I believe it's from behind. It is from behind. Nabangga siya ni Mark Dyke nung humahabol si Dyke.
But so far you can see slowly FEU exposing one of the weaknesses of LaSalle in this ball game is that off that pass, they immediately attack the basket. And the primary defense of LaSalle hindi nakakahabol. And it's forcing now the big guys of De La Salle to help out. And that's scary for them because you've got Urizu just waiting for that drop pass.
Escoto now at the free throw line. This Smart free throw has been brought to you by Smart. Get free YouTube every day from Smart Sun and TNT. Richard Escoto, the younger brother of Russell, who plays for the Colombian Jeep. At ito rin si Richard ay bagong kasal very recently, so congratulations.
But you can see the difference in terms of height. Si Russell Escoto, alam natin center ang laro, but his younger brother plays more of a small forward. The hand has got handles to make that movement as well for small.
You see what Urizu tried earlier against Samuel. Did you see the move on the team this time? And both of them unsuccessful against each other on offense. Escoto locked up.
But again, it's the same play of FEU. They drive, it's a drive and kick, dribble drive type of offense, but it's working for them because nahuhulito, medyo one step behind tong LaSalle whenever they kick out the ball, and immediately that first step and attack of FEU happens.
This Smart free throw has been brought to you by Smart. Get free YouTube every day from Smart Sun and TNT. One thing FEU is showing is aggression. Laging they're attacking with a purpose, Juan. And kaya naman ang dami na nilang tinitirang free throws.
We have to remember the LaSalle Green, FEU Tamaraws, one of their better categories is the free throw as well.
Ang ganda ng ginawa doon ng FEU.
They're just collapsing on T. Samuel right now.
And Kani made him think na kaya niyang kaldagin si Hubert, but then suddenly was out of his way, so Samuel lost his footing there. The violation was traveling. Aselinigo setting things up. Sends it to his other guard. Nunag. Labas kay Escoto. This time from downtown, he doesn't get it. Battle for the board, won by Karakot. Andre, the nice spin, the pull-up. Short there.
That was a good move though. Everything but the shot though. Para dito kay Andre Karakot.
Possession will stay with LaSalle with 14 seconds on the shot clock.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
Upo muna si Karakot, was not really able to contribute much. Tight with a pass from Melesio. Ang ganda-ganda contribution ni Algin. Right as he checked in, pero hinahabol netong LaSalle still at 4 points. FEU ahead 13-9 with less than 2 minutes to go. This was an excellent connection between Melesio and Dyke. And that Smart assist of the half has been brought to you by Smart. Get free YouTube every day from Smart Sun and TNT. LaSalle obviously needs more plays like that.
Yeah, and LaSalle, well, FEU is used to playing against an offense. Obviously, in practice, that's what they do. People driving in the middle. And so they're used to following whoever's driving in the middle. And that in that opportunity to see Melesio, that's what he did. Drove to the middle, attracted the defense of FEU. And then with that quick dish, without waiting for the defense of FEU to settle, and nakalibre to sila.
Ball now in FEU. They're up by 4 points. Orizu against Samuel. Nahanap yung kanyang guardia. Kani tumanggap. 10 seconds sa kanilang shot clock. Hubert, the sidestep off the glass. It is.
Nice, sweet. That's his 4th point now in the ball game.
Lim, humingi ng tulong kay Manuel. Was able to get it to the freshman. Manuel down to Melesio. Ito na naman yung pick and roll nila ni Dai. Alchin, iwan kay Mark. Escota was there to close the door. 2 seconds na lang. Melesio had to put it up. Almost made it. Sam on the offensive rebound. Not the pick. It will save with LaSalle.
And right now, they're trying to call that pick and roll play against FEU. Kung sino man tumukuha kay Dai, and they're trying to figure out if mabagal ba ito gumalaw para hindi maka-roll kagad pagka nag-roll to si Dai.
14 seconds ulit sa shot clock ng Archers. Let's slam up top. Now to Melesio against Kani. Alchin, double team. Samo makes his attack against Orizu. This time he scores.
What I appreciate by T. Samuel is the confidence that he has to take. Usually yung mga big guys natin pag nakuha sa loob, pag walang kumpiyansa, ibinabato na lang kagad. And sometimes they come in traveling, but T. Samuel is confident, patient with his movements right in front of Prince Orizu.
Ito na naman ang FEU. They have been steadily ahead here in the first quarter. Nani titiran si Dai. Hubert misses. Samo struggling to get that rebound, but takes control anyway.
That's a rare opportunity for FEU to take that kind of shot. Usually they grab to the basket, but they're parang wala na punta. LaSalle doing a good job denying that first pass.
Melesio. Samuel ngayon yung pinatahan. Nice move from Samuel, pero the defense was even better for FEU. Inigo with 5 seconds left on the clock. Naipin doon. Lim takes it away. He has to shoot it from the backboard. It will not find the mark. FEU, after 10 minutes of action, stays ahead by 4 points, 15 to 11. A lot of that can be credited dun sa magandang depensa na pinakita nila in the first quarter. T. Samuel, obviously a huge addition para sa De La Salle Green Archers, and he's been trying to fill that void in the middle left by Ben Mbala. You see his averages. He's ranked in the top 10 in the entire league in all of those 4 categories.
What stands out there is his rebounds per game, 9.3, quite consistent battling with the big guys, given that he's just a rookie.
Samuel, masusubukan niya ngayon dahil sa tapat niya kontra kay Prince Orizu. Doing good so far, however, and we'll keep an eye on that matchup for the rest of this game. Thanks for joining us live on ESPN 5 and on the Sports 5 page on YouTube. Ito po ang pagbakang FEU at LaSalle in the quarterfinals of the Filoil Preseason Tournament. Samuel scoring again. He has a big smile on his face. Dahil naisahan niya na si Orizu, nakascore siya, he even draws a foul.
And again, that was a miscommunication against LaSalle. FEU. They put a guy, a very, very small guy in Ramirez as he helps out. Obviously, T. Samuel will dominate that and too late of a help para dito kay Orizu.
Pasok yung bonus free throw ni Samuel. He's got 5 points now. LJ Gonzalez, a freshman para sa FEU Tamaraws, entering the ballgame.
We were talking about this guy. You said that in high school, he's quite dominant, very, very quick guard for FEU. And pag nakita nga natin, itong katawan niya parang hindi pang freshman.
Very scrappy. And he's looking to help FEU move on into the semifinals of this tournament.
Right now, that's the 7th turnover of FEU in this ballgame. And that's probably going to hurt them in the end.
Samuel, kinitcha na lang yung tira doon and doesn't find the bottom of the net. On to the other side for FEU. escape dribble to spin the kick out to Tolentino. Extra pass. Corner 3, no good. Orizo kinuha yung rebound against Samuel and he puts it back in.
Yeah, this is going to be a good battle against Orizo and T. Samuel. But Arvin Tolentino could have taken that shot. If we were looking at the statistics, Arvin Tolentino averages 38% in the three-point area. And given that against Ramirez, he probably should have taken that shot kasi mas mataas ang kanyang percentage.
Ito si Karapon. Orizo coming out to help. He was a bit too aggressive. Natawagan si Prince sa kanyang foul.
That's the second foul of Prince Orizo. That's why he's sent to the bench now to rest.
You know, someone we're not seeing on the bench right now for LaSalle is Santi Santillan.
Oh, yeah.
If he's not playing, you know, that's a big loss. Dahil nung kalaban nilang Ateneo, although they lost, he was a huge part of that game and obviously of the LaSalle system as well.
Yeah, and Santi Santillan averages 12 points and 8.8 rebounds per game. That's a huge chunk in terms of his contribution. But more than that, it's his experience that actually keeps this LaSalle team together.
Samuel, kontra kay Emonia na napik yung ball, or it was lost by T. Samuel.
That's a good, yeah. Emonia is standing his ground. We know that T. Samuel is so much bigger, but Emonia quicker and more athletic, trying to stay in front of T. Samuel and forcing that turnover.
Tolentino making his move. Trying to go glass pero walang nakuha doon. Karakot now. And the rebound. Siya na rin magbababa. Goes to Jologo. Inside pass papunta kay Baltazar. Short sa kanyang hook shot.
You can just enjoy this LaSalle team. Even their big guys running the floor for them.
Oh, so palpal! Ni Samuel si Gonzalez saying not this time, rookie.
And that's the second block, I think, of T. Samuel.
Both teams actually have a lot of blocks already. Akala ni Gonzalez madadaan niya sa bilis, but the long arms of Samuel closing that door.
Good footwork for T. Samuel with that hesitation move by this guard of FEU. Kahit pa paano, naka-recover siya for that block.
Ian Herrera pumasok na para sa LaSalle. It's a miss for Tolentino. Emonia trying to keep it alive. He lost it. It will stay with his team. 12 seconds sa kanilang shot clock.
Arvin Tolentino still cold in this ball game. We just know that this guy can light it up anytime.
Comboy mula sa labas. Quick trigger, it's a miss. Ebonia, another offensive rebound. He's been cleaning the glass here para sa FEU. Comboy ngayon naman, palapit. He makes that.
Barkley Ebonia, Brantley Ebonia, sorry. Yeah, Barkley Ebonia actually for this team. What we enjoy about him is he doesn't really look for points, and he knows his role, helping out on defense, but his athleticism works to his advantage getting those rebounds.
How about that tough three-pointer? Para kay Aljon Velesha, that three-point shot is brought to you by Chooks to Go, ang nag-iisang manok ng bayan. Very quickly to the other side, it's Comboy, babawi, hindi makukuha yan. And he's also unable to get the rebound, pero nanggulang na ito si Velesha to get that rebound.
And ang maganda dito, we can see na bugbugan sa loob ng big guys na LaSalle and FEU, but then you've got the scrappiness of guards also of FEU and LaSalle, and you know that dinadaan nila sa bilis. Extremes yung nakikita natin, kaya naman excited tayo para sa game na to.
There's so many aspects and angles ng laro to na kailangan mo tutukan to fully enjoy it. Traveling now, ang ipinito ng referee natin kay LJ Gonzalez. Siguro kahit na gaano ka kahinog for the next level, minsan magugulat ka rin with the kind of game one.
And a lot of rookies talk about that. They say, you know, they feel like ripe na sila for the next stage in their career. But when they're actually there, it's not just being ready to play physically or in terms of athleticism, but the whole experience and the whole feel of stepping to another level.
Ebonia cutting down the middle. Almost a travel para sa kanya, and that's a hard foul.
And Ebonia is awkward in his movements, parang a lot of steps that he takes, but he's quite effective because of his speed, his good footwork, and so far he's faster than the big guys of LaSalle.
Also the length of Ebonia coming into play here. He's at the line. This free throw has been brought to you by Smart. Get free YouTube every day from Smart Sun and TNT. FEU now ahead by 3 points, 20-17. Meron pa tayong 6 and 20. Ay lalaro dito sa first half. Ebonia completes his trip.
Itong FEU, mabilis sila magpasok at magpalit ng tao. Giving enough of their players enough rest and not enough to hold them out, but just enough to bring them back in.
Also, yung mga errors nito na sa that is a traveling violation that Ebonia got away with. Hindi na yun awkward lang. It really was an extra step. Extra step, rather. Referees failed to spot it, though. The action continues. Ebonia with back-to-back hits. Lamang sila ng 6 na puntos dito. Karapot will take a three-pointer. Will miss it. And the rebound up high. Taken by Karapot once again.
But you gotta enjoy this Justin Baltazar of LaSalle just fighting for that ball. It's away from his regular area, but he's there just trying to get those 50-50 balls.
And another three-pointer. This time is from Justin Baltazar. That three-point shot is brought to you by Choose to Go. Nag-isa manok ng bayan.
And when we started this tournament, this guy, the confidence that he showed just in their first game, it's showing forth right now as he even takes a three-point shot.
Oh boy. Kumuha ng pick mula kay Ebonia. Steps back into a mid-range jumper. Wala yan. Ebonia, another rebound. Hey, you're right. Yung banggaan sa ilalim is not for the faint-hearted.
But the thing about this Ebonia, Kevin, he flies to get the rebound. He soars, he has that hand time, and sometimes nakakababa na yung mga players ng LaSalle for the rebound, and nandun pa rin siya, kaya na nakukuha niya itong rebound.
And that's why plays like those, yung mga three-pointers ng big men ng LaSalle will play a big part dito sa ating laro because that can draw Ebonia out of the paint tulad na nangyari doon. Parker, ginagawa niya papunta kay Tolentino. Triple set. Arvin stops.
Soft touch para kay Arvin.
And a lot of worries building up on the side of De La Salle. Kanina pinag-usapan na natin, Juan, yung mga manlalaro who double duties here in the Filoil Preseason Cup presented by Chooks to Go. Dalawa dyan ay FEU Tamaraws and Arvin Tolentino and Ken Tuffin.
And right now, even Kent Huffin at some point unloaded a whole bunch of 17 points when he was playing for Gilas. And right there, Arvin Tolentino, both guys are capable of taking over any game at any point in time. And again, like we said at the beginning of this game, FEU has a lot of big names in their lineup, more than just Tuffin and Tolentino. More guys can actually be part of Gilas.
Ito si Go, labas kay Melesio. Up to or Baltazar rather. And that play was nice. Hindi lang talaga natapos at the rim. Sayang yung possession for LaSalle. Let's see what FEU comes up with here. Gani, labas kay Tuffin. Corner three, no good. Tolentino trying to get that board. Great box out. Wala kay Capascio forcing the FEU player almost out of bounds. Melesio, stop and pop from downtown. That three-point shot is brought to you by Chooks to Go on nag-iisang manok ng bayan.
And that's the second time he's done this exact same shot, just trying to attack the basket, and then all of a sudden pulls up into 3 points and catches FEU off guard.
Hand down. Sample paying the price, allowing Tolentino to that three-pointer. That three-point shot is brought to you by Chooks to Go. Ang nag-iisang manok ng bayan, nagsasagutan mula sa labas ang FEU at DLSU.
If you're scouting FEU, Arvin Tolentino, 60 or 80% of his shot is taken from the 3 points. He falls in love with that, and you should never put your hands down in front of an Arvin Tolentino.
And right now, FEU is bringing the physicality towards LaSalle. At nag-frustrate na ngayon si Baltazar has been complaining to our referee sa mga banggaan nila ni Tolentino. But the action we're seeing here, a three for Melesio. On the other side, Parker sets up a three for Tolentino. And FEU and LaSalle understanding na kung hindi sila magpakita dito sa larong to, this is gonna be their last game of the tournament.
That's what brings in the intensity for both teams. After playing with a lot of teams, trying to bring in what they have, right now it boils to this game. Will they stay or will they go home?
Go. Tulong mula
Ribonia getting that rebound. He's just he's crashing the boards, playing good defense, everything that FEU needs from what he's giving right now.
Apat na offensive rebound na naibon niya yan, but another block, pangatlo naman yan.
It's a block party this afternoon.
Action-packed quarter here in the second. We still have 3 minutes to play. Go, kuha ng pick mula kay Samuel. Goes to Bates, who was wide open, pero wala yung kanyang jumper. Papasyo could not save it, and it just wasn't the range of Brandon Bates.
And again, even the positioning of his footing wasn't ideal for his movements to take that shot.
Player shuffles dito para sa FEU. Also for LaSalle, Clifford Opia is checking in for FEU.
This guy
Very
is
tall
tall.
guy.
Yeah, he's probably 6'9".
Ito ngayon si Cani. Escoto from the elbow. Wala yung kanyang tira.
But Escoto has been aggressive in taking those shots.
But Miggy Corteza all alone
Yeah.
dribbles the basketball off of his foot. Another turnover for LaSalle. Yan din yung nagpapahirap sa kanila makabalik dito sa laro completely.
Again, nakikita natin pati yung bench ng LaSalle, nag-react sila doon because it's frustrating. You know, FEU just playing well, very maturely in terms of their offense, and then you've got LaSalle committing turnovers. And again, it's part of the growth, but as hopefully they can address these mistakes as soon as possible for them to move on to the next round.
And that time, itong si Hopia gets the better of Bates. Dahil nagtutulakan sila and Bates just really
shoves him,
obvious yung tulak niya eh. You gotta be a little bit smarter. Escoto nagulat na libre siya. Now explodes. Baseline. Stopped on his tracks. Clifford. Hinahanap si Stockton. Finally gets the basketball to his guard. Stockton hanging in the air. He was fouled as he went up for that shot. Alex Stockton heading to the free throw line for a pair.
What I appreciate about Escoto is that he knows when he's a problem for LaSalle. If LaSalle starts going big right now with Bates and T. Samuel, then that puts LaSalle in a precarious state because Escoto is so much quicker as a 4 or a power forward.
This smart free throw has been brought to you by Smart and Free Smart Sun and TNT. Stockton makes both of his free throws, extending the FEU lead to 7 points. Penalty na rin ito LaSalle, something that the Tamaraws would like to capitalize on in the final 2 and 10 of the first half. Wade swinging to the other side, and it was a foul that's going to be called on Escoto, I believe.
And jogging for position. Again, like we said, if Escoto has the advantage in terms of offense because of his speed against T. Samuel also has seen that he has an advantage bringing the ball inside against a much smaller and probably weaker than him na Escoto.
Karakot. Naghanap na mapapasahan. Sends it out far to Samuel. They reset their offense with Melesio. The Archers. Yun to Karakot. Samuel has a smaller Escoto pero hindi makuha yung pasa yun. And Bates just not finding anyone in that corner. I'm not sure if someone was out of position for LaSalle, but that's going to be another costly turnover. 30 to 23. After all the beautiful things that the Tamaraws have done dito sa ating first half, this was one of them. Hubert Cani with the explosion. Yung contributions all around. There's no player na masasabi mong siya yung dahilan kung ba't lamang sila. It's been a team effort.
And all of them spreading even the amount of touches that they have in the basketball, moving that a lot. That's why naman sa assist category, it's one of the things that they're known for. And again, we got to attribute that to Coach also Marcelo with his system here in FEU. Again, we'll just go back to the turnover situation. We mentioned that in the first quarter, LaSalle had 4 turnovers and FEU had 6. And then all of a sudden, now in the second quarter, things swung to FEU's favor because FEU has only 8 turnovers and LaSalle ballooned to 9. So that's 5 turnovers in this ballgame.
That's a turnover para sa FEU. The turnovers have really hurt. De La Salle here, there have been times that they just turn the ball over without much pressure. But they still have a lot of time to make up ground for. Ano kaya makuha nila dito sa possession na to? Sam. Now it's Contesa sending that ball to Melesio. Now should pinapahirapan ni Parker. Melesio. Now to Samuel putting on the moves. T. You see him clobbered there, and that's gonna be an outside violation on De La Salle. Another turnover yet again.
But you gotta appreciate the footwork of T. Samuel. He's got the footwork, hindi lang nakakahabol pa minsan yung dribble niya, hands niya. But he's got the footwork and the confidence that goes with it too, to make those moves.
Smart move para may Karabang bouncing that ball off of Clifford Hopia.
Different offense playing his role here in this ball game.
13-23, a minute left in the first half. It has been a very low-scoring affair. Naisalba pa ni Melesio yung possession na yun as Samuel draws a foul. Will find himself at the free throw line.
And I must say the confidence all throughout the eliminations, T. Samuel has evolved tremendously. And we know he's got the skill, we know he's got the talent, being a prized rookie for La Salle, filling in the shoes of a Ben Imbala. But again, the evolution in how he's matured just in this tournament shows a lot, is show forth in the way he moves.
This Smart Free Throw has been brought to you by Smart Get Free YouTube every day from Smart Sun and TNT. Pasok parehong free throws para kay Samuel. And what he did dun sa possession na yun, I believe was much better than facing Hopia up. He took him to the basket.
And again, better footwork as a big guy against the FEU Tamara.
He looks to have strength advantage. Karakot na kaagaw, hanging in the air and finishing.
La Salle trying to finish strong here in the second quarter.
40 seconds remaining in the second period. Tatlo na lang lamang ng FEU. The switch puts Baltazar on Cani. And a foul committed by Karakot. Napakaamot sa ulo. Ito si Coach Louis Gonzalez because that's gonna send Escota back to the free throw line. This was the glide in the air for Andre Karakot. Sinausaw pa before he got the 2 points. Pero he's allowing points on the other side by sending Escota to the free throw line. The first one is good. The second for Richard, good as well. 5-point lead para sa FEU Tamaraws.
And now they're going to implement a full court press here on the side of FEU. Trying to return the favor, and there, forcing a turnover.
Just a very hesitant pass mula kay Karakot.
And I think the big class na nakita niya bigla ng full court press na FEU. Same as what they did kanina, na bigla din ng FEU with full court pressure in the south of that basket.
Baltazar receives that basketball. Naipasa naman kay Melesio. Sends it to Samuel. Who was in position pero nawawala yung footing. That's why he kicked it out. Melesio not getting the bounce there. 14.9 seconds left on the clock para sa panig ng FEU. Cani will set up their offense. Possible last shot of the second quarter.
He asked for a clear out. Let's see what he'll do.
Karakot nakaharang sa kanya. Cani the step back three. Money on the three! Wow!
So much confidence.
And Hubert Cani, what an excellent move. He gives the FEU Tamaraws an 8-point advantage at the end of the first half. FEU rolling here against the De La Salle Green Archers. It's the quarterfinals of the 12th Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup presented by Chooks to Go. Lamang po ang FEU Tamaraws 35-27 over the De La Salle Green Archers. And what we're seeing right now is the brilliance of the Tamaraws with them doing so many things in the performance, the contributions coming one from different players.
Again, for FEU, we know coming into this ball game, anybody can just lead the way for them. And you've got the likes of Tuffy, you've got the likes of Arvin Tolentino, Cani, and all these guys are ready and fit to take over at any point in the game. And then on the other side, you've got the LaSalle Green Archers, just, you know, quite playing as a solid team, especially now that they've got their feet wet. T. Samuel has been playing that huge role for them.
Yun yung mga nakita natin no, na mga pangalan na nagpakita. Arvin Tolentino got the ball rolling para sa FEU Tamaraws. He had some nice buckets scattered throughout the first half. Pero parang as dun sa panig ng Lasal, sabi mo, T. Samuel trying to keep him alive.
And again, another name for FEU as well that we want to mention is Richard Escoto. He's got 5 points right now and 4 rebounds. Again, he has that advantage playing. Sometimes he's a twinner, playing small forward, playing power forward, and so he's faster as a power forward. It's again smaller if he's gonna play in that position.
Pero parang kay Hubert Candy naman, he was the top scorer para sa FEU in the first half with 7 points. He had that exciting matchup kontra kay Aljun Melesio, who was able to produce 6 points, 2 3-pointers was what I was trying to say. Ayan, nakita nga natin yung dalawang tres na yun, but things were just a lot harder for LaSalle than it was for FEU.
Yeah, and again, it has a lot to do with the rebounding that has happened. We were expecting LaSalle, a much bigger lineup, to dominate in that category, but as you can see in your screens, 24 rebounds compared to 14 rebounds of De La Salle, and that has a lot to do because of Kevin Ebonia. Kevin Ebonia has 6 rebounds to contribute to that 24 rebounds of the FEU Tamaraws.
Yung si Ebonia, no, karamihan pa nung kanyang boards is on the offensive end, and that's how etong FEU had a lot of extra opportunities. Kaya rin makikita nyo they have 12 free throw attempts. Karamihan din dun second chance possessions mga nakukuha ni Ebonia. Tapos ito yung ating mga leading scorers so far.
Yeah, Hubert Canny leading the way for FEU with 7 points, Richard Escoto with 5, but then on the other hand, you've got T. Samuel with 7, and Aljun Melesio with 6. Again, early on in this game, still everyone contributing equally, and then later on, you'll see LaSalle soaring with specific names popping out who will dominate in terms of points. But for FEU, rest assured, it's going to be the same. Some guys will start scoring 8 points, some guys will start scoring around 6 or 7, but it's equal opportunity for the whole FEU Tamaraws.
If you're just joining us, then we still have 1 half left in the quarterfinals of the 12th Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup presented by Chooks to Go. Nagaharap nga po ngayon ay itong De La Salle, who was 6-2 dun sa ating elimination round. I'm sorry, 8-2 rather. And same thing para naman dito sa FEU on the other side.
Yeah, and these guys actually, our quarterfinal situation, we've got 2 teams already just waiting. In the semifinals, we've got CSB and San Beda waiting in the other bracket, but this bracket has yet to be settled. Whoever wins here will go up against the winner of Ateneo and Letran.
I'm sorry, LaSalle was actually 7-2 sa ating elimination round. Can they get an important win here in advance in the semifinals o mananatili kaya itong kalamangan sa FEU? That's what we're trying to find out in the next 20 minutes of this basketball game. At this point 1, ano yung mga nakita mo kailangan i-correct ng LaSalle immediately?
Right now, it's their ability to move the ball well, find the open guy, because FEU's interior defense is giving them a lot of problem. They've been moving well, rotating, making sure that they match up with any LaSalle Green Archers. And on the side naman of FEU, it's really the patience. The patience whenever they go one-on-one in terms of attacks against the basket, then that's when they start to commit turnovers. What they need to do is move the ball very much similar to what they're used to.
Ito ngayon ang LaSalle, looking to draw closer. Karakot was pretty silent in the first half. Melesio trying to ignite his team. He shoots over the defense, short. Pero Baltasar na offensive rebound, masyado ring malakas ang kanyang putback. He gets another crack at it. Baltasar gets it! And the foul as well.
What we appreciate in that play for LaSalle is the resiliency that they showed. We know that Ebonia and Arvin Tolentino are aggressive in that board, but you can see that they are just there sticking it to them.
Alam mo, while Baltasar already got the buckets, tapos nagse-celebrate yung LaSalle, we saw Coach Louie Gonzalez telling Karakot, itira mo kapag you see that look. This smart free throw has been brought to you by Smart. Get free YouTube every day from Smart Son and TNT.
You know, another garbage collector that we're missing from LaSalle, who probably will make a big difference in this ball game against Nebonia, is Santi Santillan. Amazing, surprisingly, he's not playing today. We saw a while ago in the bench that he's got this cast on his leg. Hopefully, we can figure out what happened to him.
Mamaya nga makikibalita tayo dyan. In the meantime, the Green Archers trying to mount a comeback. Something na magandang pinakita nila at the start of the second half. They forced FEU to 2 empty possessions on offense.
Again, it's the defense that they're showing for.
Karakot was able to draw a foul on Bomboy. We're gonna get clarification. Oh, 3 free throws nga ibibigay kay Andre Karakot. So this could be a 6-0 swing to start the third quarter, which could really propel LaSalle to something good.
And that's good for LaSalle. That's a good sign after that heartbreaking ending in the second quarter when Kani just made that step back 3 points entering the halftime break. I'm sure there was a lot of shaking that happened in the dugout. And right now it shows because as they enter and begin this third quarter, they're coming up with a very good momentum to make the shift.
This Smart Free Throw has been brought to you by Smart. Get free YouTube every day from Smart Sun and TNT. Anong nagbago sa atake nitong LaSalle?
I think it's more of how quick, again in the first half they were a bit sloppy, ang mabagal ng pasa nila, but right now they know what to do. Immediately as they attack the basket, they know who's setting the plays, they know who's gonna take the shot, and then the rest of the guys know how to receive it.
And on the right side of your screens is Santi Santillan. You know, curiously, dalawa lang yung free throw na binigay kay Karakot, but we saw the referee's hand raised up earlier.
That's a 3-point shot, yeah.
That will need clarification. Kitang-kita natin from our angle, he was holding it up as a 3. Ebonia, another rebound, but he was blocked by Baltazar.
Again, you can compliment the athleticism of both guys. Kevin Ebonia skyrocketing for that rebound, as you can see. Wow, with one hand, takes it, goes up, but Baltazar's just there waiting for him. Yeah.
Baltazar, mataas ka tumalon, ako rin. You know, ang sarap lang mapanood ng mga ganun. Dalawang players equally hungry to get something going for their teams.
It's a good matchup. Again, this whole ball game, you've got a lot of good matchups that we can see.
Baltazar with a beautiful pass. It's now a 7-0 run for LaSalle to open the third period. Dalawa na lang inahabol nila. Baltazar now with 9 points.
You gotta appreciate Justin Baltazar running the floor, John. I mean, you've got a big guy, you've gotta appreciate that. And Valesio doing the right thing. Sinuklian niya yung effort ni Baltazar by giving him that assist.
Valesio there, sliding into the passing lane. Nakala niya maabot niya, but katawan lang yung kanyang nabangga. Thus, getting him another foul. That's foul number 2 para sa LaSalle.
And alam mo to, Judd, yung interesting when we watch FEU play, you know that LaSalle's quite consistent with the way they play. You know they've got big guys, they go and use their big guys well. But here, when you've got a difference of Ebonia playing and then you've got also Orizu coming in, when they make that substitution, it changes the whole dynamics of this whole lineup of FEU and the way they play. All of a sudden, you've got the strong side posting up, but if it's Ebonia inside, you've got him coming from the weak side, which poses a lot of threat for LaSalle if they don't start boxing out.
Ang problema na para kay Barkley Ebonia, he got called for an illegal pick, thus sending the possession back to LaSalle. Ngayong bawa, nagkakaintindihan din ng ating mga teams. You saw Herrera and Escoto exchanging some little nudges earlier.
And again, it comes with the pressure. LaSalle's mounting a comeback here, and now they're just only down by 2 points. So you got to keep your composure if you're FEU.
Nakaago si Escoto, he's all alone. And he wanted to slam that home. Was a little bit risky because he could have scored on a layup, but nonetheless, dalawang free throw naman nakuha ni Escoto.
And again, you got to appreciate Herrera there. If you take a look at this replay, he was sprinting down. That was a turnover not committed by him, but he sprinted down, trying to challenge, and maybe there's a possibility that he can even miss this free throws.
He missed the first one there. So it turns out to be a good foul para kay Herrera. Second free throw for Escoto. Crossing by Smart. Get free YouTube every day from Smart Sun and TNT. Pero etong si Herrera seems to be folding under pressure, giving up an unsportsmanlike foul there on Ebonia.
We got Ebonia just selling it well.
Let's see what happens here. Andito sila sa bandang kanan ng ating screens. Herrera will box Ebonia out. I'm not sure about an unsportsmanlike foul. You're right about maybe
A good sell, yeah. That's a good veteran move against Herrera. And Melesio just approaching her and smiling. It's a good acting skills.
But the thing about this level of basketball dito sa ating amateur level, wala ka namang luxury of the replay.
Yeah. So the ref,
kung ano ang mapito initially ng ating referees, then that call is gonna hold up. This Smart Free Throw is brought to you by Smart. Get free YouTube every day from Smart Sun and TNT. FEU, however, hindi pa rin nakakuha ng puntos doon. And for Herrera, that's already his 4th foul. Kaya inupo na agad siya, and Ebonia comes up empty on that trip.
And again, you gotta say, Herrera committed 2 fouls, which resulted to 4 missed free throws for LaSalle, for FEU.
Masakit lang dito is the possession will go back to the Tamaraws. I mean, that's difficult for De La Salle. Diego bigay kay Kani, who was spectacular in the first half. Siya rin yung bumitaw ng buzzer-beating 3-pointer. That's another offensive foul. Tolentino drawing that one.
That's a second offensive foul on Barkley Ebonia. Again, you gotta be patient with these screens. If you want to be effective when you call these pick and roll plays, then you gotta be patient. Just let the guard come to you or whoever's using the screen.
Melesio, inipit doon. At kasi nila ang Baltasar. Karakot, nakakita ng buwang. Karakot with the three! And just like that, we are tied. That three-point shot is brought to you by Chooks to Go on nag-iisang manok ng bayan.
And there was a lot of shaking that probably happened in the dugout because LaSalle showing a lot of composure.
Escoto gustong bumawi. Walang nakuha doon. You see 3 guys. Box Ebonia out dahil nakuha na ni Ebonia yung respeto ng LaSalle.
Usually, yun lang ang kailangan mo para mabawi itong run ng LaSalle. Kailangan mo na makuha ng offensive rebound, score on that, and that's gonna hurt LaSalle if that happens.
Baltasar, kumakayod sa ilalim. Had to kick it out. Now to Melesio. Aljon couldn't get the lead. Homeboy with the rebound. Homeboy, sumalman! A warning was given on LaSalle for faking a foul. Otherwise called as flopping.
But again, they haven't learned that if you try to drive against Baltazar, a clear layup is probably not gonna happen.
Ngayon naman, si Neil Tolentino at si Hubert Canio kailangan mabantayan dito dahil nagkakaroon na talaga ng girian. These two teams treating this game like as what it is. It's an elimination game. Ebonia tumanggap and looks like he tweaked his ankle. He's hobbling on the floor right now.
And he just plays on.
Kani with 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Series of crossovers. Hubert goes glass.
Just gliding in the air. Sabi niya, kung titirahin mo ako, Tolentino, titirahan naman kita with that very, very smooth crossover step back using the glass, teaching him how it's done.
Go, bigay kay Tai. FEU back on top by 2 points. Baltasar kontra kay Ebonia. That's gonna be a foul on Ebonia, and he cannot believe it. He's starting to get frustrated. Lalabas na muna siya ni Coach Olsen Racela. Mukhang nasaktan talaga na si Barkley. Ito talaga ang napakagandang ginawa ni Hubert Canny. Pinasayaw ito si Neil Tolentino before knocking down that jumper. That smart move of the half has been brought to you by Smart. Get free YouTube every day from Smart Sun and TNT. 9 points for Hubert Canny. And he did that on his second possession on the floor. Pagkabalik nga because he did not start the third quarter for FEU. Samantala for Lasal. Baltazar goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Trimming the deficit to 1. Lasal has not led in this game since very early on. Inigo labas kay Escoto. Gets the defender with a fake. Attacks, hits nothing. Possession, however, will stay with Samuel. Pinahirapan si Inigo Rizu, locking him up with that rebound play.
And FEU trying to stay aggressive, attacking that center defense of LaSalle. Fortunately for Richard, Escoto missed terribly, but that was a good intention on his part.
Well, you know what? Just to explain how physical this third quarter has been, with 5 and 10 remaining, both teams already in penalty. Etong FEU Tamaraws, they have a lot of guards on their roster, mga mahuhusay. But when things get tough, dito sila pumupunta kay Hubert Canny because this veteran always delivers.
So far, he's been showing forth, calling those clear-out plays, and then actually draining it, and that shows a lot of experience from his end and the hard work that he's probably put off this season.
9 points. Has only missed 2 field goal attempts. Most importantly, yung mga pinasok na baskets ni Hubert Canny were momentum builders.
Patay sunog yun para sa kanila kasi nga itong Lasal.
But very tight defense right now being shown by Lasal. And while FEU is still ahead by 1 point, medyo nag-iba na yung takbo ng ating laro here in the third quarter. It's a lot more tightly contested, but the great connection between Inigo and Canny, Hubert continues to provide.
After the denial of LaSalle against that inbound play, biglang dali ng pasa na yun para kay Inigo.
Melesio, step back, jumper doesn't fall in. Dyke, the put back, that's good. LaSalle continues to put the pressure on. Full court man-to-man defense for the Green Archers. Ito rin naman yung somehow is what FEU gave them in the first half. Ganito rin yung pagpapahirap na ginawa ng Tamaraws. Now it's LaSalle returning the favor. Canny will take the ball down kontra kay Tolentino. Hubert makes his move now. Again, that dribbling display. Canny labas kay Inigo. They have 7 seconds to work with. Axel to Rizu. And that is a bucket and a bonus para kay Prince, making himself available at the perfect moment for that Inigo pass.
Again, Dyke not being able to rotate in the defense because T. Samuel tried to help, and Dyke was just too late.
This smart assist of the game, of the half rather, has been brought to you by Smart. Get free YouTube every day from Smart Sun and TNT. Orizu completes the 3-point play. 7 puntos na yan para kay Prince. Yung lamang ng FEU back up to 4 points. And that is a 5-second violation on Tolentino.
Again, good defense by FEU. This is something that we usually expect from LaSalle, imposing on FEU, but FEU returns the favor, implementing a full court pressure, denying all possible receivers, and now LaSalle committing that 5-second turn.
Manay tayo pinasok para kay Tolentino. Canny na libre agad. No defense there, but no basket as well for Hubert Canny.
Gusto niya yata may dumidepensa at may pininiwanan siya bago niya ma-shoot.
Ang ganda ng pasa ni Jologo, but there was a foul committed even before Dyke was able to put it up. Bangga ang Orizu at Samuel. And it was a foul of Prince Orizu, meaning 2 free throws for Samuel. And Orizu pleading his case.
Kasi unang nahulog kasi si T. Samuel din, ay natapahan niya to si Orizu. Pero si Orizu falling on top of T. Samuel, and kaya naman siya yung tinawagan ng foul. That's a kind of, that's a play that is very lead.
43-39, 4-point lead para sa FEU. Still have 4 and 10 remaining in the third quarter. Samuel gets that first free throw to bounce in. mo, isa pang manlalarong wala pa tayo gaanong nararamdaman in this game is Jologo for LaSalle.
Again, we know that because a lot of the points are coming from the big guys. It's been an inside play, interior offense para dito sa De La Salle Green Archers.
Stockton. And Samuel being physical against Preseason.
That was the first foul for Samuel. Holding penalty.
Yun lang yung masakit. You have to learn from that. Kasi nabigyan ka na nga ng pagkakataon on one end, you drew the foul, and then you give up another one on the other end when you're in penalty as well. Ngayon, dalawang free throws din para kay Prince. He's got 7 points as well dito sa ating laro. Fails to convert on the first one. Every single player dito sa ating laro is fired up because of how intense this basketball game has been.
You have to understand, these teams, they're in the quarterfinals for a reason. They are the top 8 strongest team in this league.
Lalabas muna si Kani. It's LJ Gonzalez checking in for him. So 3-guard lineup with Stockton and Inigo on the floor para sa FEU. Arakot almost losing it. And it indeed is taken by FEU. Because Inigo making that happen. Axel ngayon bibitaw ng tres. Contributions on the defensive end and then turning it into 3 points on offense. And LaSalle looking rattled right now by the defense of FEU. Samuel has a smaller defender on him. Inuurong si Escoto. T. Samuel short sa kanyang tira. Caraco the offensive rebound. Go hinihingi yung bola.
Oh, that's an offensive foul. What good communication in the end for the part of FEU. They've been rotating well, making sure that there is no open shot for this De La Salle Green Archers.
And that's just not the closeout you want to see going on si Coach Louie Gonzalez. Aracon falling short, allowing Inigo to hit a three-pointer. Agad nilang nilabas ito si Andre Caracot.
Again, Judd, what we can see right now, the advantage of FEU is that every time there is a scramble defense that's happening, they are able to communicate and cover the guys of LaSalle. On the other hand, LaSalle is having a hard time whenever that happens. Whenever there's a breakdown in their defense, there is a miscommunication and there's always a guy from FEU that ends up being open.
Great defense shown there by Samuel. Tumatakbo ngayon ang LaSalle. They go to go. Three from the elbow. Cholo misses. And it's Escoto and Samuel bumping each other, and Samuel has words, but you know, you gotta be smarter than that. Samuel obviously pissed off at whatever it was. Escoto hindi natin masyado nakita eh.
Because there was a run already, a fast break happening. But again, penalty situation. Oh, but it's on.
I apologize. It looks like Samuel actually drew the
fouled,
foul. Yeah. Ang nakita na lang talaga natin, because the ball was already running towards the other end. Nakita na lang natin was Samuel had words for Escoto. Nag-iinit talaga ng laban natin. Samuel gets that first free throw to fall in. So apparently it was Samuel making things happen for his team. And if you're LaSalle at this point, you just want to get anything positive going.
And FEU just doing a good job holding them off, keeping them at bay.
Pasok dalawang free throws kay Samuel. 10 points now for the big man of De La Salle. Composure ang masusubukan dito for both teams. 5-point lead para sa FEU. Sinusubukan nilang dagdagan. Inigo. In front of him, Isco. Orizo trying to get position against Samuel. Axel. Got him to mapapasan. It's with Stockton now. 5 seconds to shoot. Stockton drawing that foul.
Very patient in offense for the FEU Tamaraws. Never rattled. This shows a lot of maturity that we spoke about it. FEU is set to win something, at least win a title. Their team has been together for quite some time, and then you've got the De La Salle Green Archers just rebuilding and using this preseason tournament to get the team together. So we're seeing opposites in this clash of ball game, and so far FEU, because of their maturity, is up by 6 points.
Top, however, goes 1 for 2. Ay napuntos pa rin ang abante ng Tamaraos. Melesio trying to pull his team near. He's calling a horns play. Goes instead to the other side. Tough in a bit too physical. They're sending Samuel to the free throw line with another foul. A lot of opportunities na kukuha ng LaSalle with that. And you just have to appreciate how much contact D. Samuel's able to absorb and draw as well.
I think he's built for it. His body structure and then all the banging. Tuffin was forced to play hard defense against D. Samuel because of the strength and height advantage against him.
This guy na yung unang free throw para may team. Well, Samuel is a Filipino New Zealander, and we've seen New Zealand play in international basketball. We've hosted them here as well. Those guys play very physical.
Yeah. May kasamang hata pa yan, ha? Yung intimidation factor nila.
11 points na para kay Samuel. Pinapahirapan ng LaSalle at FEU. They go to Tough and short sa kanyang attempt. It will, however, stay with FEU. Manuel could not save the basketball. Para sa LaSalle, we have a timeout. FEU and LaSalle engaged in a heated battle here in the quarterfinals of your 12th Filoil 5V Preseason Cup presented by Chooks to Go. You're joining us live on ESPN 5 and on the ESPN 5 platform on YouTube. Tuffin coming off the timeout, hitting that jumper.
Again, for Ken Tuffin, that was too easy. Good run, well-run play for FEU. Para naman dun nabigyan ng wide open shot si Ken Tuffin because of that screen set by Ortiz.
And LaSalle right now going exclusively to T. Samuel, who has been drawing fouls on everyone on that FEU team.
So far, because of him, dumadami na yung volume of free throws na tinitake nila. And itong si T. Samuel is probably shooting the 11th and 12th free throw attempt for this ball game for LaSalle. And continues to miss the shot. And I think FEU has identified that. Nakita nila na medyo may flaw dito sa free throw to si T. Samuel. And they're giving him those free throw shots.
Let's see what he can come up with dito sa kanyang second attempt. He split his last trip and he split this as well. Babalik sa sahig si Caraco na si Corteza. Sambo sent down. Also Manuel being replaced here. There's that press again, employed by LaSalle. Gonzalez trying to leave Caraco, almost losing the basketball, recovering. LJ to the cup. Gliding, scoring!
Wow, sabi mo nga dyan, itong batang to, medyo madaming ipapakita to para sa tournament na to. And they're succeeding tournaments playing as a rookie, but really showing more than that.
Ball recovers. One man down para sa FEU. Caraco able to score with the foul. Andre Caraco trying to resuscitate LaSalle.
In the absence of Kip Montalvo, Aljon Melencio and Andre Caraco nagsistep up po para sa team nila so far, trying to end this quarter with a good run.
Hindi nga natakumpleto yung three-point play. Lead of FEU steady at 6 points. Stockton calling the shot. Gonzalez picks it up. Almost a dribbling violation for LJ. Now it's Inigo contra kay Melesio. 8 seconds on the 24 for FEU. Orizu making himself available. Inigo goes to Gonzalez. 3 ball. Doesn't fall in. Melesio, open court attack. Loses his dribble. Melesio recovers. And he goes now. He gets it back. Aljon lumusot. Now to Baltazar. Baltazar too strong. Fast-paced action not resulting to anything para sa De La Salle.
LJ Gonzalez just being smart about that. Hinawakan niya yung bola. Pinababa niya muna yung depensa ng LaSalle and hopefully they can convert dito sa last shot na to.
Humingi siya ng pick kay Orizu. 6 seconds on their shot clock. Not be the defense. Orizu saves it to the wrong man. 5 seconds left para sa Lasal. Go could not save it. Oh, he does.
Oh, good.
But Karak
Yeah.
not convert. They're asking for a goaltending violation dahil nahatak na yata yung net doon. No whistle initially.
Yeah.
Made by our referees. Tingnan natin kung ano nangyari.
Good recover.
Na-save ni Goki Karakot. And that, you're calling that.
The touching of the ring didn't really affect the shot. It was supposed to miss anyway. So it's a 50-50 call. FEU getting a better hand in this ball game with a very patient run in terms of offense.
Lasal was able to tie the game in the third quarter, but FEU was able to come up with a run that allowed them to gain advantage once again. May nakita ka bang adjustment for FEU nung nag-run at Lasal?
Yeah, they started being more aggressive in setting those screens, trying to free up any of their guys. So pagka they're calling those forward shots, forward plays, setting those double screens from the top, it creates a problem or the weak side defense of Lasal. And so far, that's what's working for FEU.
That three-point shot is brought to you by Chooks to Go. Nag-iisang manok ng bayan. Inigo, double team there. Pinapressure pa rin ang Lasal ng FEU. Gonzalez, almost running out of options, was able to kick it out to Inigo. Orizo against Samuel. It's now Comboy. Banggaan sila, nakaagaw. Almost at least for Samuel. 4 seconds left on the shot clock for FEU.
And you gotta appreciate T. Samuel as well. He's been all over the floor, rebounding, defending, showing, hard show, challenging shots, getting the ball in offense, the play revolving around him. He's been doing everything for us.
They get Canny looking to save the day once again, pero hindi nakakuha ng puntos doon.
There's any upside for LaSalle in the third quarter, they actually outscored FEU by 2 points.
Almost there, but then LaSalle. And certainly what we saw in that third period was better execution sa panig ng LaSalle.
Better execution, playing better defense. But again, they have to make those open shots. Mga katulad ng shot, hindi pa nga pumuputok si Jologo. Hinihintay na natin yan. Kanina pa, he's got wide open shots. Andre Karakot playing superb in the third quarter, just scoring, putting in those buckets for LaSalle. But we have yet to feel that from the other players.
Karakot. Then inbound. Spots. Baltazar getting that one shot. All in 1 point game favoring FEU.
Just like that, parang on cue to si Baltazar tsaka si Iwanyo. Both checking in this ball game.
Crossover from Comboy. Iwan kay Kani yung bola. Siya magsiset up ng opensa para sa FEU. Kani goes to Tolentino. Arvin. Ginarga in defense and now it's Comboy from outside. Comboy not getting any there. LaSalle with a chance to take the lead. LaSalle has not held the lead in this entire game. Will this be the first time? Muntika muna ang bola. Go! That three-point shot is brought to you by Chooks to Go. Ang nag-iisang manok ng bayan. LaSalle for the first time ahead in this game.
Again, what better time na putok si Jologo for that three, just to take that lead from FEU.
Ebonya now. Parker, 5 seconds na lang sa shot clock ng FEU. Ebonya faces up. He's got to go. Ebonya ties the game.
Wow, confidence of Ebonya.
Big shot for big shot. And we are tied at 54. Pangalawang deadlock pa lamang ng ating laro. This is gonna be tight the rest of the way.
Ebonya with 6 points and 8 rebounds.
And another three-pointer. This one courtesy of Melesio.
Now with 9 points, all from the three-point line.
Go na naman ang Lasal. Not to time.
Oh!
Super foul ni Tolentino.
Hey! What a chase down by Arvin Tolentino.
On the offensive end, it's Parker. Out to Arvin. The three ball is short.
And again, Ebonya fighting for that rebound.
Pero now na doon yung Melesio. Now LaSalle settling things down. Yung dalawang kamay ni Coach Louie Gonzalez nakataas relax. LaSalle moving. Ebonia away. It's Dyke with the offensive rebound. Muscles that shot in. The LaSalle community in attendance here, enjoying this run from their team.
All of a sudden, because of this 3 points in Jologo, biglang nagkaroon ng matinding run, nagkaroon ng outpour of points tong De La Salle Green Arches at hindi pa nakakasagot ang FEU.
And Dyke trying to get 3 points the traditional way, pero hindi niya nakumpleto yun. 6 na puntos para kay Mark Dyke.
At biglang 5 points ang lamang ng La Salle just like that.
Tolentino looking to draw a foul, and even though Olampito still gets the tough jumper off the glass.
This is where you're starting to look for people or players that will step up for you kung ikaw ang FEU. Hindi na pwedeng lahat tayo. Ngayon, kailangan may go-to guy ka na just to stop this bleeding in this run of De La Salle.
Excellent defense mula kay Tolentino. Tinitigaw pa ito si Baltasar saying, di ka makakaisa sa akin. At ngayon, Ebonia will take a seat. Babalik si Orizu to provide more inside presence para sa FEU.
21 seconds on the shot clock.
And both coaches bringing out their guns here in the fourth quarter. Why not? Your conference, your tournament is at stake here. You have 6 and 11 to play. It's a 3-point game. Kung saan lamang ang Green Archers. Parker calling the shots for FEU. Binigay kay Kani yung bola. Now it's Comboy. Kukuha ng pick mula kay Tolentino. Comboy, they get some space. Not getting the 3. Orizu underneath.
Wow, the power is sky for that rebound tong si Prince Orizu with 10 points right now.
Barely anything that Brandon Bates could do to stop Prince Orizu sa play na yun. Melesio asking for a pick. He goes the other way. Melesio stops. Not getting anything sa kanyang tira. Homeboy goes out to Tolentino for the lead. Once again, money on the 3.
10 points for Arvin Tolentino. Both teams giving us a heck of a ball game. No one giving up.
61 to 59, FEU back up. Marapon puts it up, almost getting in the fall, pero dalawang free throws na lang ititira nito ni Andre Marapon. Fourth foul na ni Arvin Tolentino, and that could be a very big development. Pero very big din si Prince Orizu against everyone. This also was a contribution mula kay Arvin Tolentino, that three-pointer that gave them the lead. However, Coach Olsen Racela left with no other choice but to pull him out of the game as he's nursing 4 fouls. Masakit naman sa Lasal, Karakot misses that first free throw.
And just with that 5-point swing, that monster rebound and putback ni Orizu, and then you've got the 3 points of Arvin Tolentino, ganun lang, pinatay kaagad nila tong sunog ng na sinimulan ng Lasal.
If you're Coach Olsen, kaano katagal mo pwede iupo ang iyong main guy?
You probably would bring him in 2 minutes, 3 minutes remaining. You just want him to cool down, mainit sa mata ng referee, iupo mo lang sandali, and then ibalik mo na kasi kailangan mo yung kumpiyansa at experience nito ni Arvin Tolentino.
Napakabilis ng takbo ni Parker. Tapping that ball from behind us. Alam mo, malakas din kasi yung crowd, yung drums dito sa loob. And even if teams trying to communicate well, telling them that may humahabol sa'yo, hindi ganun kadali marinig.
Para sabihin na dapat sabihin mo na may tao sa likod, pero again, mahirap na.
Three ball doesn't fall in, and Lasal falling in love with that outside shot.
I mean, them making those, that 8-point swing because of 2 3-point attempts that were made, biglang ngayon, yun na yun ang tinitira nila, hindi na nila ulit dinadala sa loob, which slowly inch their way back.
Almost stay with FEU. Good disruption there mula sa Lasal. Manuel felt like last touch by the Tamaraws though. Uburin muna si Comboy. Tough and checks in. And we see the depth of these two teams. No, kahit na mga second units na yung pumapasok, still big names. And an offensive foul committed by Orizu, giving LaSalle the possession with 4:31 remaining in this game. High pick provided by Baltazar. Aljun, back to Justin. Melesio ulit. Stops, gets fouled. Isa yan sa mga gifts ni Aljun Melesio. Coming off a screen, curling, and then just understanding that there's gonna be contact.
Maganda yung balance in coordinato ni Melesio. Kaya niya mag-stop and pop even in a full speed attack to the basket. May it be a fast break or coming off a screen. Kaya niya tumigil just on his tracks and then take up that pull-up jumper. And usually, yun yung nakakabingwit ng foul from his opponents.
Melesio at the free throw line right now. Pasok ang una. We're tied once again at 61. 4 and 16 remaining. This game is not for the weak hearted. We mentioned it earlier already. At painit lang ang painit. Itong laban ng ito. Lasal again with the advantage.
And kailangan natin sabihin na both teams kasi may winning culture yun. Parehas nanalo na ng championship. Marunong kung paano manalo. Parehas itong, parehas atat ng manalo. And then do or die game. Parang talaga it's a perfect recipe for this kind of
that
game.
was just a great back cut. Mula kay Top and changing direction. Nilito yung depensa.
Yeah.
Samuel. Melesio trying to get that basketball. Puts it. Oh! Money on the three! That has to be the toughest three-pointer in this game yet.
And like we said, coming off a screen, kayang-kayang pumull up ni Melesio ng kahit na anong depensa ang binibigay sa kanya.
Kani gustong sumagot. Kani with a zone.
Again, FEU being patient, showing a lot of maturity in this ball game.
Spitfire showdown between LaSalle and FEU.
Oh!
That is a crucial error on the part of Andre Caracon. Traveling violation ang tinawag sa kanya. Ito yung matinding sagot ni Hubert Cani. Three-pointer from him as well, regaining the advantage.
It's as if FEU knew that it was going to go in. They knew where to break the ball.
Kani once again holding that basketball. Ebonia setting the pick. Kani going the other way. Hubert Cani skying high, laying it in so easily.
Good use of the screen. He didn't even use it. A fake use of the screen with that crossover. Such a smart player. Good handles. Perfect combination para dito kay Kani.
Go. Melesio again. Aljun. Back out to Jolo Go. 7 seconds na lang para sa Lasal. Go, tough shot. Di maukuha yun, but Samuel offensive rebound. Libre si Go. Three-pointer. Front rims it. Baltazar. Hook shot is good for Justin.
Right now, ngayon nararamdaman ng FEU yung laki ng lineup ng LaSalle.
At may foul na itinawag doon on T. Samuel. Pangalawang foul niya lang, also the second team foul for LaSalle. Ito namang FEU and penalty already for the remainder of this ball game. Karakot mabilis lang umupo. Immediately checks back in for Manuel. These could very well be the lineups that will close the game for these two teams. Kani, another touchdown! Hubert Kani with a fourth quarter takeover.
Wow, we haven't heard the name Okoy, who's playing such a good game in their previous game. And right now, Kani just taking over.
Winning time has been announced inside the Filoil Flying V Center. Arapa drawing the foul, very smart there.
Both of these players, Kani and Caracon, trying to take charge for both of their teams.
And they're gonna be Hubert Kani. He just has so many moves. And that is one of them. Falling away, hand on his face, still knocks down the top chain.
Daming ganito na produce ng FEU, no? You've got RR Pogoy playing this way. They're all tremendous as shooting guards and hard to stop.
So parehong free throw para kay Caracol. Still a one possession game here. FEU up by 2 points, 70-68. Marker, the toughen, Escoto with a corner three. Walang tatamaan doon.
You gotta get down on defense because LaSalle now just trying to early seal with T. Samuel.
Samuel again. T working his way underneath, forces that one up, not getting anything.
But it took 3 guys to stop him underneath the basket.
Kani telling his teammates to relax. And why not? He has been the steady presence para sa FEU. Can he deliver once again? He's against Chologo. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Kani dancing, attacking,
Oh,
step back.
Oh,
The jumper! He is unconscious! Hubert Kani! Remember the name. What a show he has put on here in the 4th quarter. If FEU escapes LaSalle with a win here, you gotta credit that win largely to this man. Hubert Kani with 9 points here in the 4th quarter.
And 20 in total, and the whole game we can see the pattern. He's been asking for the ball every time they need to score a basket. You know right now that he's evolving into that go-to guy that FEU needs. Like sinabi natin, a lot of players can't pop up and just lead the way, but Hubert Kani taking on that mantle and leading this team to victory if ever they win this ball game.
Samuel agad pinuntahan ng Lasal. Karakot initially looking for the 3-pointer. They put it up. Karakot misses.
That was a fourth shot.
Escono tracks it down. 45 seconds remaining in this ball game.
Of course, who do you give the ball to? Hubert Kani now asks for the ball.
Ang dami niya nang nagawa for FEU. Meron pa ba? Kani against goal. Kani, 4 seconds. Hubert, the step back again. Hubert Kani! This is just insane!
Oh, he single-handedly took over this game.
How do you get into the semifinals? You put the ball in the hands of Hubert Kani. Hubert Kani, once he sizes you up, once he hits you with that step back, oh, that's good night. And Chologo, paulit-ulit na, he has been sticking with him, but there's simply nothing you can do to slow down
And you can't say that Chologo wasn't playing good defense. He specifically assigned to stop Hubert Kani in this ball game, but just Kani with so many moves, you know, and he just needs a little space to create that shot.
Ito si Gog gusto bumawi. Wala nakuha doon sa kanyang tres. And LaSalle will be forced to foul here, but they still have 1 more to give.
And that's the 3rd time that LaSalle had an opportunity to take a good shot. But all their last shots were taken from the 3 points and were all challenged by FEU.
Looking at the players of LaSalle right now, parang nagulat din sila. They don't know what hit them because they were already back in the game.
But that's what we're saying, John. It's the maturity of this FEU team that now is coming into play. Yung LaSalle, alam natin na nagre-rebuild to. Palaban tong LaSalle na to. But again, in the last 3 attempts na meron sila, for them to take those kinds of shots, then it talks about their maturity as well. And then you've got FEU who knows exactly what to do in the dying minutes. When the ball game is on the line, they know what to do. They know who to give the ball to. And so far, Hubert Kani nagde-deliver para sa FEU.
Boy with the inbound. Samuel almost taking that ball away. Coach Olsen Racela directing kung saan nila gusto pumunta with this press break. And they get into Ebonia. Comboy breaks away with that lay-in. That just might do it for LaSalle in the Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup. They will still try to make an attempt here. Corteza yung kanyang tres. It's nothing but air. And FEU getting that huge boost from Hubert Kani in that 4th period. 76-69, they escaped this one. And that has to be one of the best offensive displays in 1 quarter in this tournament one.
Yeah, and again, you cannot deny the fact that LaSalle is a defensive team. They've got good players who can play defense, but again, Hubert Kani with so many weapons in his arsenal, just putting on a good display against the LaSalle Green Archers. But you cannot discredit the fact that you've got Ebonio who helped out. Again, FEU played so much maturity all throughout the game, sharing the ball. But at the end of the day, Hubert Canny just dominated.
At kasama rin natin ngayon, ito si Hubert. Hubert, congratulations sa panalo ninyo.
Thank you po.
Hubert, dikit pa yung laban in that fourth quarter with mga siguro 6-5 minutes remaining. But then you happened. Ano nangyari doon? How are you able to knock down lahat na ng paulit-ulit? Halos same move, ba't hindi ka nagmimintis?
Siguro kasi pinapractice namin talaga sa as a individual, pinapractice ko yun. So, pagdating ng during game, siguro kaya sumushoot yun kasi parang sa practice pa lang ginagawa ka na. So, siguro yun, kaya nasushoot ko yung matira.
And yung team nyo, napaka-daming bala. Madaming players na big names. You've got Tuffin, you've got Arvin Tolentino, who's part of the Gilas. But then ikaw, ano ang klaseng tiwalang binibigay sa inyo ni Coach Olsen na anytime, in any ball game, meron na lang pumuputok. And right now, ikaw ang pumutok for this ball game.
Actually, siguro parang as a team lang yun eh. As a team, nagkukusa na lang na parang nagagawa namin yung mga ganung bagay. So, kailangan lang namin makinig kay Coach Olsen and kailangan ng every game merong nag-i-step up.
Hubert, this is such an excellent performance. Ito na pagkakataon mo na bumati at magpasalamat sa lahat ng sumusuporta sa'yo.
Maraming salamat sa FEU community, sa mga sumusuporta sa amin. Siyempre yung daddy ko, mami ko, yung kapatid ko, si Jam, and yung girlfriend ko. Yun. Maraming salamat.
Congratulations, Hubert Canny. Congratulations, FEU Tamaraws, now in the semifinals of the 12th Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup presented by Chooks to Go. Susunod na po, laban ng Ateneo at Letran para kay Juan Banal at para sa buong puwersa, sa buong koponan ng Sports 5. Jot Sulit, nagpapasalamat at abangan nyo ang mga susunod pang laban ng 12th Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup presented by Chooks to Go.